Have you ever wondered what lies directly beneath your feet, in the depths of the earth? For some, it's just soil and rock, but for many, there's a notion of hell itself. Scientists claim to have made a surprising and disturbing discovery. They believe they have found hell, and the audio I'm going to share here in this video was, according to them, recorded at this sinister location in Russia. The idea of listening to hell harks back to Psalm 18:5 in the Bible, which says, "The cords of Sheol surrounded me. The snares of death confronted me." Certainly, Soviet scientists didn't intend to drill into hell when they set out to uncover the deepest secrets of the earth in the 1970s. However, they stumbled upon a surprise that put the fear of God into them. Today, we'll take a look at what terrified the workers in northern Russia and what else the scientists found in the deepest hole on Earth. A team of scientists was conducting drilling into the Earth's crust. Their goal was to study the movement of tectonic plates, but what they found went beyond any scientific expectation, as if biblical verses had come to life. They drilled more than 14 kilometers into the Earth in the enigmatic Kola superdeep borehole in the former Soviet Union. It's important to note that these scientists initially did not believe in the existence of God or hell. However, what they discovered that day completely changed their perspectives, echoing Psalm 139:8. "If I ascend to heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in Sheol, you are there." In the 1970s, the quest for Earth's treasures was in full swing when Soviet scientists decided to drill into the Earth. They had various intentions, including gaining new knowledge about the Earth's mantle structure and the occurrence of subterranean treasures. Furthermore, no one had ever dared to drill so deeply into the Earth as the Soviet scientists did. For this purpose, a special drill rig was erected on the Kola Peninsula in northern Russia. The drill was similar to those used for oil drilling, but had to be specially equipped to penetrate so deeply. Russia is a resource-rich country with reserves of minerals such as oil, natural gas, diamonds, gold, and rare earth elements. By the 1970s, it was clear that mineral resources would eventually run out unless new deposits were found even deeper within the earth. Thus, the Kola borehole was also meant to investigate these new deposits. One of the most surprising discoveries was the absence of the transition from granite to basalt in the mantle. This rock transition, known among geologists as the Conrad discontinuity, was thought to be in the layer between 3 and 6 kilometers below the surface. The Kola borehole revealed that these measurements were wrong. In certain rock layers, researchers also found evidence of microorganisms dating back to the early days of life on Earth, about 1.5 billion years ago. Also surprising were the discoveries of rock layers matching assumed structures of the Moon. No one had ever drilled into the Moon, and these assumptions were also based on calculations. If, at some point, it is found that the deepest rock layers of the Moon and Earth are similar, it could have two meanings. The Moon was once ejected from Earth due to a collision with another celestial body, or the Moon was a small planet similar to Earth in its early days. But back to Earth, the Kola drillers encountered a terrifying surprise in the depths, strange and disturbing sounds. It is said that when they lowered a microphone into the depths to investigate an issue with the drill, they captured moans and noises that sounded like the voices of the dead or condemned souls. Panic broke out among the workers, many of whom were very superstitious. This group of scientists intended to hear something related to earthquakes, so they introduced very sensitive instruments to measure temperature, as well as specialized microphones to capture how minerals collided with each other. The surprise came when, apparently while drilling, the drills passed easily, as if they had encountered some kind of void or cavity at very high temperatures, which immediately alarmed the experts. Initially, scientists thought it was an error in their equipment, as they considered it impossible that they could be recording such disturbing sounds originating from the Earth's core. For them, It was impossible to imagine that something could come from there that generated screams, wails, sobs, grinding of teeth, and much more, but above all, a deep voice that predominated, as if torturing or intimidating someone. Thinking it was a mistake, they withdrew their ultra-sensitive equipment to check where the fault was and reintroduced it again to continue their studies, which left them stunned as they heard exactly the same noise coming from the bowels of the earth once more. This audio was featured on a very popular paranormal radio program called Coast to Coast, hosted by the late Art Bell, who enjoyed presenting everything related to mystery, suspense, conspiracies, and extraterrestrial beings. This specific audio caused a lot of controversy. Listen carefully and judge for yourself.
I warn you, what you are about to hear is very disturbing indeed.
From that moment on, the scientists decided to abandon the project due to the fear that listening to those terrible sounds of hell had provoked in them, and they assured that, if they didn't believe in heaven, at least at that moment, they began to believe in hell. Of course, there are those who question the authenticity of these audios, wondering why, with all the available technology today, a similar experiment hasn't been conducted to confirm whether hell could be located just below the Earth's crust. Some assert that hell does not exist, but on the other hand, there are others who suggest it is a place of punishment for all those who committed negative acts in life. But there are authors like Dante Alighieri, who in his work The Divine Comedy mentions that there isn't just one hell, but several, and they are divided into all of them being astonishing and terrifying. In the first circle, according to this author, are those who are not baptized. In the second, the lustful, with the first ones being truly punished in hell. Their punishment is to be whipped by a strong wind that carries them against the ground and walls. In the third, those condemned for the sin of gluttony, who are tortured with a thick hail that falls upon them. In the fourth circle, the sinners of greed are found, where in their condemnation, they have to carry heavy weights while traveling around the circle they are in. In the fifth circle of hell, the sinners of wrath and sloth are found, where in a pond they strike and tear each other apart with bites. In the sixth, the heretics. In the sixth, the heretics. In the seventh, those who gave in to violence in a river of boiling blood. Suicides are also found there, whose souls are transformed into trees that are tortured by harpies constantly pecking at them. In the eighth circle, the souls of those who committed fraud are located. There you can find pimps, seducers, adulterers, witches, astrologers, false prophets, corrupt individuals, thieves, and forgers, who also receive terrible punishments in this terrifying place. In the ninth circle, the traitors are found, and at the center of all these circles is Satan, described as a three-faced monster who tortures all those condemned who betrayed God. Some people maintain the belief that to find hell, we don't need to go beyond our own world. They claim that this world we live in, full of challenges and difficulties, is nothing less than a representation of hell itself, ruled by metaphorical demons of our creation. We are immersed in a society dominated by materialism, carnality, vanity, and ego, aspects that divert us from the path of virtue and wisdom. In an era where popularity and self-exposure are valued above all else, we often find ourselves lost in a maze of superficial desires and futile competitions. This thought brings us to Psalm 23, which offers comfort in the midst of the world's adversities. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me, your rod and your staff. They comfort me. This verse reminds us that even in the darkest and most challenging moments of our journey, we are not alone. The divine presence, in whatever form it takes in our individual beliefs, offers us refuge and guidance. Amidst this quest to understand hell, we continue to navigate an ocean of mysteries and concerns. But it's also important to recognize that hell, as a concept, is an integral part of this world filled with paranormal and spiritual phenomena. It serves as a reminder that our actions have consequences and that we must strive to live justly and uprightly. Meanwhile, rumors of the discovery of hell in the far north of Russia spread rapidly. Some workers, especially the less superstitious scientists, remained at the Kola site for a few more years in a persistent attempt to retrieve the drill from the earth. Despite their tireless efforts, all recovery attempts failed, and the site was finally abandoned in 1994. It was sealed and left to decay, a physical reminder of a daring quest that touched the limits of the unknown. Today, the location of the former Kola superdeep borehole attracts the curiosity of people and journalists from around the world. They visit the site, now marked by time and neglect, to get a close look at the point where humanity attempted to drill into the depths of the earth. The hole, sealed by the workers, still bears the inscription that records the drilling record. This mark, enduring the passage of years, serves as a silent testimony to the boundaries we attempted to cross and the mysteries that still await unraveling. The drilling rig structure has been partially dismantled, and the buildings around it, once bustling with activity and hope, now lie largely abandoned, echoing memories of an era of bold discoveries and unanswered questions. Are you fascinated by the mysteries not only of our world, but also by the enigmas and wisdom found within the pages of the Bible? If so, then you are in the right place, on the Mysteries of the Bible channel. We delve deeply into these intriguing topics, exploring the stories, parables, and revelations that have captivated humanity for centuries. Don't miss the chance to delve into these sacred mysteries. Click subscribe now to join our growing community. By subscribing, you'll have access to a rich source of knowledge and discussion, where each video brings new perspectives and interpretations of biblical texts and their impact on our modern world. But don't stop there. If you believe that our videos enrich your understanding and inspire your spiritual journey, please share them with friends, family, and colleagues. By sharing, you not only support our channel, but also help spread the word, encouraging others to explore the vast and profound mysteries contained in the Bible. Be a part of this journey of discovery and enlightenment. Subscribe, share, and actively participate in the comments. Tell us what you think, your interpretations, and which mysteries you'd like to explore in future videos. Your involvement is crucial to building a vibrant and engaged community around the mysteries of the Bible. Remember, every subscription, every share, every comment not only helps us grow, but also expands our collective understanding of these ancient and powerful texts. Join us today on the Mysteries of the Bible channel, and together, let's uncover the deepest and most inspiring secrets of the sacred word